Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to present about introduction to psycholinguistics. The submaterial is language disorder. Okay, let's get started. Here are the main map of my presentation today. We are going to discuss about language disorder. What is receptive language, expressive language, speech disorder. Okay, we are going to the definition of language disorder. Language disorder or language impairment are disorders that involve the processing of linguistic information. Problem that may experience can involve grammar, syntax, and/or morphology, semantic or meaning, or other aspect of language. These problems may be receptive, involving impaired language comprehension, expressive, involving language production, or a combination of both. Examples include specific language impairment and aphasia, among others. Language disorder can affect both spoken and written language, and can also affect sign language. Typically, all forms of language will be impaired. Next, what is receptive language? Receptive language disorder is the understanding of language input. Receptive language means the ability to understand and comprehend language heard or read. Receptive language disorder is an impairment in the comprehension of a spoken, written, gestural, or other symbol system. It also affects the social and academic life. Next, expressive language. Expressive language disorder is a communication disorder in which there are difficulties with spoken or written expression. Expressive language is most simply the output of language. This includes not only words, but also the grammar rules that indicate how words are combined into phrases, sentences, and paragraphs, as well as the use of gestures and facial expressions. We are going to speech disorder. Speech disorder or speech impediment are a type of communication disorder where normal speech is disrupted. This can mean stuttering, lips, and many more. Someone who is unable to speak due to a speech disorder is considered mute. And I'm going to explain the types of language disorder. The first is sensory impairments. There are two types of sensory impairments. First one is blindness. Blindness, a link between communication skills and visual impairment with children who are blind, is currently being investigated. It impairs one's speech ability. One cannot recognize gestures and facial expression. The second, deafness. Deafness, having trouble with hearing during language acquisition, may lead to spoken language problems. Children who suffer from frequent ear infection may temporarily develop problems pronouncing words correctly. And then the types of language disorder, the second is apraxia. Apraxia of speech is a motor speech disorder. It is caused by damage to the part of the brain related to speaking. People with apraxia of speech have trouble sequencing the sound in syllable and words. The severity depends on the nature of the brain damage. The third is dyslexia. Dyslexia or developmental reading disorder is characterized by difficulty with learning to read fluently and with accurate comprehension, despite normal or above average intelligence. This includes difficulty with phonological awareness, phonological decoding, pressing speed, orthographic coding, auditory short-term memory language skill or verbal comprehension, and rapid naming. Dyslexia is the most common learning difficulty and most recognizing reading disorder. And the next is dysgraphia. Dysgraphia is a deficiency in the ability to write, primarily in terms of handwriting, but also in terms of coherence. Dysgraphia is a transcription disability, meaning that it is a reading disorder association with impaired handwriting, orthography, coding, and finger sequencing. They may lack basic grammar, spellings, for example, having difficulties with the letter P, Q, B, and D, and often will write the wrong spelling while writing their own thought on the paper. The next is stuttering. Stuttering is a speech disorder in which some syllables or words are repeated or prolonged, disrupting the normal flow of speech. These speech disruptions may be accompanied by struggling behaviors, such as rapid eye blinks or tremor of the lips. Stuttering can make it difficult to communicate with other people, which often affect a person's quality of life. To conclude, language disorder or language impairment are disorders that involve the processing of linguistic information. Okay, that's all from my presentation today. Thanks for watching and see you.